Hello everyone and welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. It's me, the Blind Ferret, and today we're going to be doing a build on Kael'thas. Kael'thas is one of the newest champ that they just released. He's extremely dangerous, has tons of damage. The biggest issue is he doesn't have any real sustain. So if he gets focused, he really needs a team that can peel for him and keep him alive. If he's left to his own devices, he will wreak havoc. Let that not be mistaken at all. This is a very dangerous champ, but entirely dependent on his team because he is super squishy. But we're going to go ahead and get into it, and I'll explain the build as we go. Kael'thas, due to his trait, I'll go ahead and pull up his ability so that you can see while we're waiting. Verdant Spheres. Activate to make your next basic ability more powerful. Okay? Each one of these moves that he has, his Q, W, and E, all can be changed based on what he uses his trait on. It makes him a very interesting champion because he can change up the playstyle as he goes. You can have an enemy Kael'thas, and he can have the exact same build talent-wise as you, but playing completely different from you based on what he picks. That's what makes him one of my favorite champions in the game as of right now. His ability to adapt to any situation, and just all around a very good champion. His Q is Flame Strike. What it does is it puts a circle on the ground, and after a few seconds it's going to explode. His W is Living Bomb. Puts a dot on an enemy target, and after a few seconds it will explode. His E, Gravity Lapse. It's a straight line skill shot that knocks up the first target that it hits. Okay, and it stuns them for about a second. And his ultimates are Pyroblast and Phoenix. Phoenix is extremely good for zone control. So on maps like Pirate Bay, where you need to control the center area where the pirate spawns, it's extremely good for areas like that. Pyroblast is extremely strong. It does a ton of damage if allowed to go off. The thing about Pyroblast is it has a 2-second channel time. Okay, it is very easy to be interrupted. Okay, so you kind of have to be hiding in a bush or something like that when you use Pyroblast in order for it to go off correctly. But given the opportunity, it will do a ton of damage, and some characters it can almost nuke completely down, like a Nova. It can almost kill a Nova with one shot late game. Alright, at level 1, we're going to go with Mana Addict. Increase your maximum mana by 15 when you pick up a regen globe. This really helps his late game. He doesn't really ever have to go back for mana if you pick up this talent. It's one of my favorites. Some people decide to go Energy Ball or Convection. I personally prefer Mana Addict. Now, the upgrade to these moves with using the trait, Flame Strike increases the radius by 50%, and it does a little bit more damage, so it makes a bigger circle, and it's going to do some more damage for you. His Living Bomb trait, it allows you to cast it once without incurring a cooldown, so pretty much you can cast 2 Living Bombs. I got out of there in time. Go ahead and get some free damage on Sergeant Hammer there. And his E allows it to knock up to 3 targets in a straight line, and it passes through the first one obviously, and it will do knock up 3 targets in a row. But let's go ahead and get into this gameplay. Take a look at the end. Hold on a second. Could have been a lot better if I was closer. I thought I was close enough to get the knock-up off, but I wasn't. Completely my fault. Sergeant Hammer is going to have a very difficult time in this lane, just because Sergeant Hammer, in order to do damage, has to siege up like he was right there, and he can't move during that time. Champs like Kael'thas, Jaina are extremely strong against Sergeant Hammer for this reason. You see right there, he's starting to, just as soon as he sees me coming, he starts backing up right away. And I have no mana or health. I'm sorry, Diablo. I had nothing for you, my friend. I walked right into that. Alright, now it's time to start collecting seeds. Hopefully we can get some of these seeds without being contested too much. Diablo's on his way. Awesome. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to dip out because I have no mana and no health, and if we get caught in a confrontation, I'm going to die. Hopefully my team's doing alright bot. Seems like they're dying an awful lot, which isn't good. But it's still early in the game. And we can probably still come back from this. Hopefully they can start doing a little bit better. Not trying to bash on anyone. Definitely need them to pick up their game a little bit in order to stay in this. Go ahead and get some free damage on Sergeant Hammer there. Well, it wasn't really free because it got knocked around by the new Brack more than I was expecting. I wasn't really expecting him to actually come in after me, to be quite honest. They did a really good job of picking their lane matchups. This allows them to get free harassed because Anubrak's able to peel so well for Sergeant Hammer. Go ahead and pick up at this level, Gathering Power. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Go ahead and clear this wave. Hammer walked right into it, so I was able to get some free damage off on him. I played a decent amount of Kael'thas so far. Unfortunately, this is typically what ends up happening, so I may go ahead and post this even if I do lose. Just because Kael'thas is so dependent on his team, and when you're doing games like this, it makes it extremely difficult to get a good recording, just because pugs don't always go so well, and with pugs it makes it hard to get good recordings, but just because this champ is so team dependent. But we might be able to turn around late game, we'll see. Like, that was a free kill there. I'm not sure what he was coming in for, but we'll take it. I'll never complain about a free kill ever. Go ahead and keep working on picking up these mana globes. I'm going to head back top and start soaking. Nobody's really focusing on seeds, so I guess we'll go ahead and start working on this one right here. We are starting to get behind a little bit on XP. We're about a full level behind, which is kind of bad considering the fact that we have the Lost Vikings. We should be, and I wasn't paying attention, just stood there for that. But we should be really far ahead on XP. But our Vikings player, for some reason, is deciding to keep them all grouped up. Probably just because he's new to the champ. So hopefully he'll change it up a little bit later here. But highly doubtful. When you start playing the Lost Vikings, you know, typically if you start one way, you're not going to change it mid-game. Go ahead and take, I just picked the wrong time, Fission Bomb. That's going to make the explosion on our Living Bomb do 75% more damage. It's an amazing talent. I'll go ahead and use up a little bit more mana here before I go back and try to push this wave out and get a little bit more XP. Alright, go ahead and head back. Hopefully we can get some work done with this terror, since they didn't really do anything with it, but he's not really doing much with it, unfortunately. Early game terrors, you got to keep moving with them, and we got a Lost Viking just sitting in base. Okay. That's unfortunate. Doesn't seem like he's really knows what he's doing with the Lost Vikings, but yeah, he hasn't done any siege damage and it's almost gone, so that's unfortunate. Go ahead and knock him up, get him away from me. Thank you. I was worried he wasn't going to turn around and kill him. Seriously? He took the hunt. Of course he did. That's okay. We kind of caught up on XP. I'm going to go ahead and go Pyroblast this game, just because that's what I'm used to. I enjoy it a lot. But I wasn't knocking the Illidan player there. That is a very good choice on his part. When you have a super squishy target on the enemy team that's high priority, like Kael'thas or Jaina, it's always good to go to the hunt, just because you can lock them down and burst them down really fast. So I'm going to have a hard time this game, unfortunately. Hopefully he doesn't stick on me the entire game, but more than likely he's going to. I'll go ahead and head bot down here. Looks like they're getting... Yeah, they're getting seeds right now. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about it.
The sun dawns. My children must sleep. For now.
That Sergeant Hammer is dead. I probably am too, because my Nazebo's chasing instead of helping me, which is always wonderful. Hopefully he'll, next time he'll help me out, instead of chasing the kill that he didn't get. Well, Illidan wasn't there when I started channeling. But that's okay. I do want to try to focus down either Kael'thas or the enemy Illidan. We could have picked up a few kills there if our Lost Vikings had used their longbow, but they decided not to, unfortunately. It's a free kill right there. Another good kill there. We're starting to make a comeback. At this level, you want to take Chain Bomb. Living Bomb Explosion is going to apply Living Bomb to people who take the damage from the AoE. Oh, I just walked right into that. Kael'thas gets extremely strong at level 16. That's when he really unlocks all of the talents that he needs for his kit. So hopefully we can make it there and keep this game going the way it is. We're doing alright so far, so I don't see why we wouldn't be able to. I'm going to go ahead and head bot and soak a little bit more XP. Hopefully I won't get wrecked by Illidan, but I should be alright. They're pretty far away getting camps. I might even be able to get this bottom fort. I just have to be careful, try to knock out some of this vision. Because if Illidan hunts me, I'm probably going to die. Because, like I said, Kael'thas doesn't have very many escapes, so got to be very careful with my positioning. Looks like they're all up there fighting, so I might be able to get a free fort down here. Go ahead and grab this orb. And that's a fort. Going to go ahead and go back real quick. Head top. Let's see if I can't help out my team. Tell them I'm on my way. A good Viking longbow. Unfortunately, I wasn't quite there to help out. I'm almost there though. And the cleanup is real. As you can see, the immense amount of damage. Ouch. That's a BFG. We need to get out of here. Almost got the Sergeant Hammer there. And if we do this right, we might actually be able to get it. But I don't want to stick with... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and be. I don't want the Illidan to hunt in on me and kill me as soon as he spawns. As of right now, he doesn't have global range, but it's still a pretty decent sized range, and he can nuke me very fast. At level 16, I took Ignite. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Flame Strike applies Living Bomb to heroes. This allows for that nasty combo where you see Kael'thas, he drops Flame Strike on the ground, and Living Bomb just spreads to everything. And he kind of just destroys everyone. May not be the case right here, because I tried to help, and I probably shouldn't have. Probably should have just let him die because he overextended way far out, but that's okay. We should be fine. We might be able to be back up in time to help with this terror. Our team is getting seeds bought. Good for them. We really need a terror about this time, but we are going to use... He used the hunt on the Vikings. That's never really a good play to make. It's kind of a wasted ultimate. Except for they're going to get probably all three here, so it's a decent play. He hit. Okay. A new Brack. Taking forever to come up and help. And now he's just going to... No, don't do that. That's a free kill for the enemy team right there. Not sure why he dove in 1v5. It's a terrible decision, but maybe we can get up here and clean this up a little bit. Like, he's dead right there. And now he's dead. So that was a decent cleanup. Luckily for us, they decided to stick around. I'm not sure why. Go ahead and go up here and deal with this terror. It's only got 30 seconds left, but a terror can do an amazing amount of work in 30 seconds. If they know what they're doing. Almost enough to finish it. Didn't quite make it. Go ahead and dodge that so we don't get dismounted. And he's going to go down here. Of course, the Beatles.
The enemy's terror is but a husk.
Oh no. I messed that up so bad. Go ahead and go back real quick. Luckily for Nubrak, he got right out of range of my Pyroblast right before it went off. I'm going to go ahead and grab this terror. As my team gets slaughtered top. I'm not sure what they were doing. Yeah, I'm not taking the risk of getting wiped and not getting the terror. While they're messing with the Vikings top, I'm going to go ahead and try to get this bottom keep. Probably won't happen, but it's worth a shot. They're chasing the Vikings pretty hard right now. And they're going to get away just fine. Seems like they want to, and Nubrak's going to come and fight me. I dropped that plant right there just so that I could do some extra damage and knock out that huge minion wave that was pushing our bottom fort. Go ahead and take off up here. Hopefully my team will support me, but it doesn't look like they're wanting to. Zebra just kind of doing his own thing. I can't really do much else with this because my team is again not supporting me at all with this terror, and that's unfortunate. I might be able to get one more plant off real quick here. And now I'm going to die. At least my team took that time to push mid. They're probably going to get this keep because the enemy team was so distracted with me. And good for my team. This game's actually going. It's extremely close. It's anyone's game at this point. We're about to unlock level 20 talents as soon as the Vikings take down that one tower right there. At this level, you want to go Bolt to the Storm, just because, like I said, he has no survivability. So you want at least one escape. Unfortunately, he's only got one other talent in the entire game that he can use to survive anything. Hopefully that will be enough. It was good. And Diablo's going to go down, unfortunately, but that's alright. But he's only got one other survivability talent. And in order to take that, you have to not take Ignite. And that's where a large majority of his damage comes from. So That might be enough to kill Illidan. I doubt it though, unfortunately. Couldn't get it off in time. Nubrak at this point in the game, as you saw in my other video, is just so strong. I see him getting a nerf here pretty soon. He does too much damage for being a tank. As you can see, he's just so much hero damage. It's ridiculous for him being a tank, and the amount of CC he brings, it's too much for any one champ. He's one of the top played champs right now, just because they broke him, to be quite honest. And that was kind of a bad longboat, but it's alright. Go ahead and tell my team we need to group up. Just because it's this late in the game, you don't need to be roaming like this. This is how you get wiped. There's 4 of them up there, and our team is throwing the game right now, to be quite honest. And there goes Diablo again, and Nazeebo's going to run in now. And I got hit by the BFG on the way by, unfortunately. Team just not grouping at all. It's going to cost us the game if we don't clean it up a little bit. The only reason I'm not with my team right now is because I'm not sure. Well, they're getting the bottom tier, that's good, but we had a massive push going on up here, so I kind of had to deal with that. But it's all good. We should be fine. I'm just going to go ahead and head bot and group up with my team. That freaking BFG. That was a good pick for us right there. That's a lot of their damage. Of course. And my team is choosing to push with a mercenary camp instead of peel for me. This is what I was talking about. If you don't have good peel for your Kael'thas, he's done for. And the Nubrak should really be back here defending, but he's choosing to do his own thing. I'm really not trying to sound salty this game, but this is a tough match, and I'm not really completely okay with the decisions my team is making. I'm trying to follow them and do what they want me to do, but they're making it kind of difficult. But a Nubrak split push did work out because the team decided to ignore him. It relieved the pressure. Unfortunately, they still have a terror going in our base, but that's been taken care of. Nubrak's pot, yeah, he's going to die here. That's the issue with the split push this late in the game. You can't really do it without sacrificing a member. And now we're going to be 4v5 for the next minute, which is never good. I really want our team to group up, but they just don't seem to want to. I'm pinging them on my way, trying to help them out as much as possible. But they're already going to be wiped before I even get there, unfortunately. Go ahead and take out the Illidan. Now I need to get out myself. Took out the Sergeant Hammer. Yeah, there was a lot of them. We need to go ahead and take care of this push top. My team's I'm not sure where they're headed right now, to be quite honest with you. They're going to get picked off. Tell them I'm on my way to help. That was actually very good for us. Go ahead and blink out of that before I die. Just so squishy on this character. You gotta be very, very careful with your positioning. Are you serious right now? That BFG is really starting to get on my nerves. It's really not a good ultimate, but you can do some lucky plays with it. Like that's not intentional. She's trying to chip away. at our core, but it keeps hitting. It knocked me off my mount. And just doing damage in general. It's getting really annoying. I don't ever recommend the BFG on Sergeant Hammer, just to make that clear. You should always go napalm. It's 10 times better. Go ahead and tell my team to back out, and we should be getting seeds right now. I cannot be the one to tank this. I'm going back up and let the minion of and Diablo tank it. Go ahead and pick this up. Alright, we have enough seeds. I really recommend that we get the Terror and go ahead and push. But the team is opting to grab this instead. As long as we don't get wiped here, that's an okay play. But if we get wiped here, it's GG. So hopefully that doesn't happen. Go ahead and take out those two. Wow. Yep, and that's what I was afraid of. You can't split up like that. One person decided to go back and get the Terror. Luckily, he should be able to get Illidan here. And that Nazebo will die as well if he sits there and tries to duel them. Except for he has sprint, so good on him for knowing his limits. But all in all, I think we won that trade. Just because the Terror happened to come back at just the right time. It wasn't exactly how I would have liked for it to have gone. But I really didn't think that the Illidan would nuke me that fast. But that Blood for Blood was extremely strong and put him back up where he needed to have enough HP to take me out. If he quit canceling his auto attacks, he could actually kill the Nazebo. That's okay. He needs to drop the polymorph over there, and they need to either take the top keep or get out. They're making a very risky play at this point. He needs to run as fast as he can. Tell him I'm on my way. Try to give him a little bit of support, give him some peel. Diablo needs to be doing that as well. But he's opting to farm more seeds instead. I gotta get out of here. That was extremely close. I almost died there. Luckily he didn't notice I stayed, and that allowed me to pick up a kill with Pyroblast. My team should be able to clean this up right here. Tell Anubrak to get the Sergeant Hammer that's right behind him. Alright, good. That was beginning to worry me there. And that should be GG, guys. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. A little bit of a stressful game for me. Team kind of doing their own thing, but that's okay. We still pulled it off in the end. But I try my best to stay with my team and do what they want to do. But not always agree with their decisions. But it's okay. I got my point across. I got the build for Kael'thas out there. I got the gameplay for it so that you can see how he works. He's a very good champion all in all, but as you saw, you have to be extremely careful because even the slightest mishap and you're done for.